Hello, everybody. Good evening and welcome in. As you can see here, the drivers are on track, they're waiting, and they're ready to go. So, let's talk about what we have in store for ourselves here today. A Sunday afternoon for the ages. We have an epic lineup of racers for everybody today. Not only do we have one fast action-packed race, two fast action-packed races, we've got three absolutely crazy fast Group 3 races for everybody here this Sunday afternoon. Clear your schedules, get your snack bowls filled, get the beverages refreshed, and settle in because we are in for an epic season of Group 3 Lexus racing from Pure Racing League. I'm your host for the evening, GT45 Gaming. This is officially the beginning of Season 2 for our GT3 Championship, and it is Season 2, and we take it to Red Bull Ring. So, a little bit of quick information for everybody here about our racing track today. It is a 2.68 mile racetrack, 4.31 kilometers. It has 10 left and right hand turns. It is a tarmac surface. It is a real world circuit, and it has an elevation change of 214 feet. So, welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Are we ready? We're going to start with our third division here, and then we will finish that race. We'll move over into our Division 2 lobby. We will bring Division 2 live right after Division 3 is finished, and then after Division 2 is finished, we'll be jumping straight in to the big boys, the top dogs, the big lineup, the one that everybody is waiting to see. The lineup? Well, you'll have to wait and find out. Division 1 in about 2.5 hours' time, ladies and gentlemen. So, I hope everybody's ready for a very long day of racing. We're going to see some beautiful paint out there. We're going to see some fast racers. I know what the driver's lineup is, and it is, well, I got to say, it's incredible. We're graced here at Pure Racing League. We've got GT7 celebrities racing in this series, and some of the best in the business here racing in this series as well. So I assure you, for all the sim racing fans out there, you will not be disappointed, and it is going to be a family-friendly broadcast. So get the kids in here. Make Sunday afternoons the new family time here from GT45 Gaming and Pure Racing League, because for the next 20 weeks, we have got some action-packed racing through 2 different championships. Next weekend is a doozy, but today we're at Red Bull Ring. So let's lose that, and let's just see what's going on track here right now. We'll take a little peek around, get a little look at some of our drivers here in Division 3. And there are some fast names in this lobby. Good luck, boys. Lucas Payme says good luck. Hey, what's up, everybody? Hope we're all doing good. We are only live on the YouTube today. We had a little issue with the software. It wouldn't go to Facebook, so it is YouTube only. So do me a favor, like and share this out. Get it to everywhere. Discord servers, Facebook groups. Smash this thing. Let's get the sim racing community seeing what we're doing here in North America from Pure Racing League. We got Razor Hawk here also on track. I don't know this driver, so it's going to be interesting to see how this driver handles. We had SoCal there in the first spot here, fastest currently in free practice right now on the racing surface. That is, we've got TBS girl here, 21. I know who she is, but I've never seen her race, so I'm very excited to see what she's going to do here this season. We've got VTX Petrolhead. I'm very familiar with this driver. He's a very quick, efficient driver, and this driver is on a pad, ladies and gentlemen, but do not count this guy out. We've got the Black Rider back from Season 1, and it's going to be very, very interesting to see how he's come along in his racing development here from Season 1 to Season 2 here as well, but we love to see those returning drivers. We've got Egon here. I skipped the driver. He's returning here for this season as well, and it's going to be very good to see all these returning drivers competing against these new faces here as well. So those are the drivers that are currently on track. We've got Team Rad's Nolander, team owner there. He's in the series here this season as well. We've got TT Reyes Jr. He's a new league racer. This is his first ever competitive league race here tonight, so it's going to be interesting to see how he handles that for the first time. We've got TTJ set here. He's a returning driver from Season 1 and has been showing huge leaps and bounds in his racing improvement, so it's going to be interesting to see what he's got here this season as well. And we've got Razor Hawk here. Now, we have more drivers here. Those drivers just have not brought those racing cars out and got them into paddock yet, so we are going to see a 10-minute qualifying run before we see our grid lineup here today. That 10-minute qualifying run is, of course, going to set up our starting lineups. So it is going to be set up as fast as first, as slow as first here, of course, like it always is in qualifying, the fastest driver being rewarded with that pole position. All racing compounds do need to be used here as well this season, as the racing hards, racing mediums, and racing softs are in play. Now, with that being said, the tire mandate, which is always an interesting one from league to league, right? So I'm going to be very interested to see how the drivers handle that. But the tire mandate is as follows. You're only required to use the tire. So essentially you can pit at the end of lap 1 to remove a tire, and then you can pit at the end of lap 2 to remove the other tire, and if you chose to and wanted to, you could run the other tire for the remainder of the race, and that is going to be a legitimate tire mandate here in Pure Racing League this season for the GT3 Championship. It's a 25-lap race here today. It is humid, sunny, and cloudy on the racetrack. It is a late morning race start here today. Of course, it's a grid start with a false start check. It is real slipstream. No boost is on. Light damage model here, so the drivers will carry damage for 30 seconds if they incur that damage, and then it will go away. So it'll be 30 seconds of some white-knuckle driving for drivers if they pick damage up. It is a 6 times tire rate and 2 times fuel consumption. So every time the drivers go around a full lap here, they're using 6 laps worth of tires, and they're using 2 laps worth of fuel. Fuel shouldn't be too much of an issue here in this 25 lapper today. Tires, however, could be. We'll have to wait to see how the strategies play out here in this race today. And of course, refueling speed is at 3 liters per second. And again, 10-minute qualifying run leading into our proceedings. I would like to thank everybody for coming in, and I hope we're all ready for some pretty crazy racing today, because that is definitely what's going to be happening. If you guys feel like some of the audio is too loud or not loud enough, please feel free to hit me up in the chat there, and we'll make those adjustments on the fly today. This is a brand new overlay package, so it's going to have a little bit of kinks and bugs that will need to be worked out on the fly still as we go. But welcome in, and I'm your host for the evening, GT45 Gaming. So I'd like to start off with saying thank you to the viewers for coming out for our new season here from Pure Racing League. I want to say thank you to all of our competitors who have come out, qualified, painted up those cars, and put in all this work to get ready for round 1 here today. Of course, all the volunteers behind the scenes to make it all happen in between everything, and just the sim racing community in general, because this wouldn't even be a thing if we didn't have the sim racers. So fantastic what we're going to see here today. I'm tingling from head to toe, prepared for this. This is going to be spectacular. I was up very late last night just trying to get this overlay as perfect as we can get it right now leading into the season. So I really hope that we got a show for everybody today. Daytona 24-hour happening in real life. Some of our racers won't be here today due to being actually on track at Daytona 24-hour, just witnessing an absolutely amazing 24-hour race there, and of course some other great events in between leading up to that 24-hour race. So those guys are going to be back here in 2 weeks' time for round 2 in the GT3 Championship, and then things are going to get serious. So, to the racing fam down in Daytona, hope everything has been exactly what you hoped for. I hope you had a blast, and we love seeing the family come together to meet in real life as well. So, it's going to be a good day of racing, lots of hype, and well, the racing doesn't stop because that 24-hour race stopped. It's only beginning here with Pure Racing League this afternoon. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're rocking, we're rolling. I think we may be waiting for a driver here. I'm just going to go and check with race control here. Just let me check my race control. Alright, so we just have a race control is giving a driver a few minutes here to reset some equipment here, and that does happen from time to time, obviously, with us being on a virtual platform, Gran Turismo 7. That means we're kind of mercy at the internet connection, and some drivers are just doing a reset of their equipment so they can get on track here. We can get our proceedings underway today, so that is what the word from race control place for the time being. So let's just jump back on track. You guys can hear the sounds. You just can't see what's happening. And let's go see what's going down here. All the races on one stream, Tom. Yes, sir. How's it going, Melissa? How you doing, darling? All right, so you see the drivers here. They're working hard. Nolander is fastest on the racetrack currently right now in practice session. SoCal's very close behind there, 0.3 of a second. This is just free practice. It's just the drivers, fine-tuning issues on the racetrack that they're struggling with. We've got Jay set here on track. He's currently 4th fastest right now. And these are just the drivers that are on track running laps. We have a few drivers sitting in pit lane. We got Black Rider sitting there. We got Bach sitting there. We've got Rise Jr. We've got TBS Girl here. We've got Petrolhead. We've got Razorhawk. And again, just a couple drivers still trying to get into our lobby here. So just giving them their obviously their well-earned and well-deserved time. I'm wonderful. It's been a while. I hope you and the Fam Jam is doing fantastic. All right, so we may have a lobby reset coming, ladies and gentlemen. And again, we're at the mercy of the game, unfortunately here. So I'm just gonna flip the screen for a second, chat. I have a idea. If need be, I can host Cantilever if you're listening in. All right. Of course, we had a recent update this week here on the game as well, and it's always a lovely little surprise on the little things that we find out the hard way of issues or little things they're just not quite working right within the game after the update. There always seems to be ghosts in the system, so to speak, when the updates occur. So just kind of managing those technical issues on the fly here as league organizers is very difficult. But hey, they're on it, they're working hard, and we should have a race for everybody here shortly. So we do appreciate the patience from everyone. And just the nature of the game. Alright, I do apologize. We're just dealing with a little bit of race control again. Just communicating here. If need be, though, cantilever I can host. I've got plenty of bandwidth. Hey, good luck and good afternoon from ATV watching on YouTube there. Bummed you're missing the season. That's alright. That just means you get to hang out and watch all the action with us, and ATV is just as good, isn't it? I would think so, anyway. Alright. Rocking and rolling here, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I do apologize for the delay. I think we are sorting it out here, so... Alright, so I believe we're going to be pretty close to getting underway here now, ladies and gentlemen. Again, they're just allowing that time. And again, we're at the mercy. We're at the mercy of the internet. So it's frustrating. It is tough for the drivers. Obviously, they can't get connected because they put the work time in to get ready for this. And you know, maybe some of those drivers are feeling good about this combo too, as well, right? But at the end of the day, you know, tough decisions got to be made. So. Well, of course, it's always second best to being behind the wheel. You're not wrong there, ATV. You're not wrong there, my dude. Oh, for sure, Robbie. For sure, my guy. No worries, man. No worries. It is what it is, guys. Gotta tell you, Lobby 3 has some pace. Lobby 3 has some pace. So, Lobby 2 and Lobby 1 watch, and it just goes to show it the type of competitiveness in this driver field compared to last season. I mean, I talked all about it last season when we were broadcasting the races that we broadcast last season for Pure Racing League, and how competitive this organization is going to continue to become. And boy, oh boy, that's exactly what we see in season 2. The driver field has doubled, and I would say the competition has probably increased by 20% as well. And well, you'll see why I say that. I mean, this driver's list is no joke. Wait till we see number 2, and then wait till we see number 1. Yeah, eyes are going to be popping out of the heads, and we're all going to have tingles down our spines by the time this day is over today, for sure. Minus our little lobby issues, but hey, again, we're at the mercy of the internet and the game, so you know, we just got to work through it. Hey, appreciate it, Robbie. I hate to hear that, Chip. I hate to hear that, my guy. Oh, I agree. Run 100%, Rob. 100%. Division 3 is just as strong as Division 2. Nolander looking very, very fast here, though, in lobby number 3 so far, or here this season. Know this driver quite well. He's a quick driver. The one struggle with this driver in endurance racing, whether it be short endurance racing or long endurance racing, is sorting out his strategy. So my big question mark as a broadcaster has lots of experience with Team Rad's Nolander is his strategy going to be on point this season? Because if he gets the strategy on point this season, he's a competitor, and he is definitely going to be fighting a fighter for the top of his championship here today. And he's showing it here right now in free practice. He's got the fastest time on the racetrack. It's a 1:28.8, and that's not slow. That's not slow. The Lexus is a little bit lacking on the top end power when you think about these front and rear wheel drive cars. But man, it's a beautiful car to drive. I know I was doing some testing and tuning with the 1010 Sim Racing team yesterday, preparing for this race, and what a beautiful car this Lexus RC F 2017 edition GT3 road car, racing car, pardon me, is here in Gran Turismo 7. It really is a gem. It's an absolute fun car to drive. So here we go. Let's get to the good stuff, ladies and gentlemen. It is time to qualify. Make sure you guys clear your cache every time you try. Every time you try, make sure you clear the cache. If you can't get it in 2 or 3 times, completely shut the game down, reload the game, try it again. If it doesn't work, full hard reset on the PlayStation. I've had to mess around with it a little bit to get in this morning too, so for all our racers that are in the chat right now, you guys have a little bit of time in the next division, so just keep working on it. GT Sports servers are being shut down. That's just going to linger, unfortunately, give us some lingering issues here, it looks like, in today's race. So, alright, so we're up at, well, we're going to call him T-Box, just because I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce that properly. I'll get a verification on how to pronounce his PSN name properly, and leading up into round 2 in a couple weeks' time here. But he is our first driver out on the racetrack here, so he's going to be the first driver to record an official hot lap time. And in behind him is Team Rad's Nolander. Now, again, Nolander was fastest in free practice, but now the pressure is on. So let's see how the drivers handle our pressure. It is a 10-minute qualifying run, so we'll see about 5-6 hot laps out of these drivers, depending on how efficient and how consistent, and of course when they got out on the racetrack was. Slipstream and bump drafting is allowed in qualifying, but under very strict conditions that you do not ruin another driver's qualifying. If you create an incident in qualifying, you will be penalized for that by, of course, post-race officials. So yeah, risk versus reward if you want to take the risk of trying to gain a couple extra tenths in qualifying working with another driver. Alright, so let's jump on board with T-Box here as we head around turn 1 and there's a couple of corners here in this Lexus RC F that really make it difficult. And it's turn 1 and turn number 3 specifically because they have a little bit of a bump right in the apex of the corner, and this Lexus, just as you can see, just doesn't quite like to play nice in that undulation. So we're going to jump out of cockpit view because it is screaming at me here. So I can imagine what it sounds like to you guys. So I'll have to figure that out for next week, but it's alright, we'll just jump out with with our outboard cameras here, where the video sound is a little more stable, not quite screaming at us. But T-Box here, he's just coming into the S's here right now. Red Bull is a short track, right? So we're going to see minute, well, in this division, looking at 28s is going to be our fast time, so we could see better in qualifying though. So let's see what happens here, but it's going to be a fast-paced qualifying run. You can see those drivers jump around in that driver's position up in the standings in the order list as this progresses as well. As drivers get the tires warmed up, this time should start to come down as well. So T-Box is going to be the first driver through our start-finish line here. Our first driver to record an official lap here. So the first official lap here in Season 2, round number 1 by T-Box. It's a 29.16, and that is a great first lap there. Rise Jr. is going to come through and apparently sit in 10th place, so I think he had a penalty there. We got Petrolhead coming through next. He's going to move up into pole position. We got TBS Girl coming through here. She was our 5th driver out on track. Let's see how she did on her first lap, and it's going to be 5th place for her here first time around. Black Rider, returning driver from Season 1. Let's see what he's got here in the field. You got J-Set closing in on him in behind here as well as they come around turn number 10 here, and a little extra speed gain there for the drivers. Black Rider's going to stay in 8th, and J-Set's going to move up into 6th position there. So let's jump into Razorhawk here now. Our 9th driver out on track. We did have one driver manage to get out into the paddock here. He's going to start at the back of the grid at race start, and that's Lone Wolf Racing, and I believe that is our Division 3 champion from last season as well. So Razorhawk's going to move it up into 6th place, and Egon, I believe, is our only driver left here to come across on a hot lap. No, 29.6, so we can see already how quick this is. A 128.778 is our fastest. Second is 29.1, so 3/10 currently separating. T-Box is our 3rd driver. He's going to again be the first driver to come through here. And I didn't see what the timing split was because we weren't on when we went through that first live timing split. So let's see if he can improve on his second time around here. See if he finds his way. Boom, it's going to be pole position at 28.346. Nolander comes through, does not find that improvement here. We got Petrolhead coming through, SoCal coming through here. SoCal does not improve. Petrolhead does not improve either. Oof, all right, let's see what TBS Girl has here. Currently seeing at a 29.4, and boy, these lap times are coming down here, almost into the 28 flats. She's going to find in some time there, another 10th, and that's going to move her up in the 4th position. So that was a great lap right there by TBS Girl. We got Razorhawk, J-Set, and Egon, 6th, 7th, 8th here. Let's see if these guys can find some more time around the racetrack and move themselves up in the starting grid here as well. And we still have 5 minutes remaining in qualifying yet, so far from over to see who's going to end up on our pole position here today. And we got VPR driver coming through here, and let's see what he's got as he comes around turn 10, and that is going to be a wide exit. Potential penalty coming there from race control. Nope, they're going to let that go, and that was an improvement. That's going to move him up into 4th place, just ahead of TBS Girl there. So T-Box just heading into the S's there, and oh boy, got that a little bit wrong there. Going to eat a little bit of dirt on the tires. He is purple, however, coming through, but those dirty tires, and oh boy, it is just all kinds of wrong there for our pole sitter, T-Box here currently, provisional, that is. Right, Olander should be the second driver to come through here. And there's a big wide exit there, and again, the drivers are really flirting with track limits here. Red Bull Ring. Red Bull Ring is not too forgiving. Oh, and there it is. That's going to nil and void that lap there for Nolander as he comes through here. Let's jump on board with a couple. We got Rias Jr. improving with a 28.93. That's going to be good enough for 3rd place on the grid. Petrol improving his time with a 28.6. That's going to move him up into 2nd place. Ooh, it is getting spicy here in qualifying, ladies and gentlemen. Boy, if this is any inclination of what we're in store for over the next 25 laps, hold on to your seats, chat. Oh my. Oh my. Ooh. I'm excited. I'm getting amped up. This is going to be fun. Alright, Jason improving with a 29.2. That moves him up into 7th place. Nolander there in 8th place, just in behind him there as well. And where is Nolander? He's got that penalty, so that's going to kill this lap here for him. That's really unfortunate, but it is still T-Box here right now in pole position, and he's carrying a 1.5 second penalty there as well. So not the ideal situation for some of these drivers here as they're struggling with track limits. We've seen a few of these drivers really pushing the limits. Race control is not too kind to track limits violations here at Red Bull Ring. Typically the sim racing community calls it the penalty ring. So if that's of any inclination of how strict race control is here, there you go. It looks like T-Box has said, no, I'm good. I'm going to call it. He's happy with that time. He's going to take his chances and see if any of the drivers in behind him can find those extra times. So you see him just pulling out of the way on the racetrack there. Great respect right there by T-Box. He'll be up to speed when he comes around the final corner here, so he may have another attempt at a hot lap here. He's still got enough time. And again, we're still seeing improvements from these drivers here as they come through as well. So it's still pole sitter in this T-Box provisionally. We got Petrohead in P2 provisionally. Riley's Junior sitting in P3 provisionally. We got TBS Girl here in 4th place provisionally. SoCal sitting in 5th provisionally, clearing a penalty. We got Razorhawk currently sitting 6th on track. J-Set sitting 7th. Nolander is sitting in 8th with Egon behind in 9th place, and Black Rider in 10th, and of course Lone Wolf Racing will be the dark horse here today, starting in the back of the grid as he just got out into the pit lane right as qualifying started. So race control will place Lone Wolf Racing at the back of the grid. And there we go. Server issues. Don't you just love it when the games break, ladies and gentlemen? Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Well, we do apologize for the inconvenience, ladies and gentlemen, especially to the drivers as well. Just hang tight. That's all we can do. Literally, like 30 seconds from the end of qualifying right there, I could have had some results. They are what's happening, ladies and gentlemen, and I guess we shouldn't be too surprised is GT Sport, which is obviously the old version of the game, is currently in the process of shutting down the GT Gran Turismo Sports servers, right? So the servers at the end of January here are going to be officially done. There's not going to be any more online racing, and because they're shutting the servers down, basically it's the game's going to be pretty much unplayable in any kind of online or multiplayer fashion. So all that really leaves now on that platform at the end of the month is just the single player part of the game. So unfortunately, it seems like the process of shutting down our GT Sports servers is interfering with the GT7 servers. So please do bear with everybody. We'll be waiting on race control here. We'll keep everybody informed as things happen, and hopefully we can get things underway this week. But again, this is out of the control things that are out of our control, right? I mean, you can't stress about things that are beyond our control, and we can't control what's happening here right now with Gran Turismo 7. So we still appreciate everybody hanging out with us and sitting tight and waiting for this very, very highly anticipated series to get out there and get going. But we're going to have to wait just a little bit longer. So we'll just be awaiting word from our great race officials here from Pure Racing League to see what the next step is going to be here. So just hang out with us here for a little bit, chat, and we'll talk a little bit about Red Bull Ring as well. I mean, Red Bull Ring is an iconic racetrack. It's located in Austria, obviously, and I mean it's just such a great racetrack for Group 3, Group 4, Miatas, club sports, touring cars, stuff like that. Even the high downforce cars rock and roll around here pretty good, but it gets a little bit dicey due to the flat nature of the racetrack. So. Just a beautiful racetrack all together. So let's take a look here at our cheat sheet and see what kind of fun stuff that we can find for you guys here. All right, this green circuit is located northwest of Graz, an old city in Austria based on the Austrian. I hope I said that right. First constructed in 1969. It was also called the A1 Ring from 1997 to 2010. This is a high-speed circuit combining sharp, light corners and long, flat-out sections, and while the curved layout appears simple, the circuit is located in a very hilly area, creating large ascents and descents. This makes the track much more difficult than it seems at first glance, and the skill of the drivers will greatly affect the lap times on this racing track, and that is for sure a good representation of Red Bull Ring. And again, compliments to Miss Devious, the GT45 Gaming Special Operations Administrator here. She makes all of these beautiful track maps that we see here on the stream for these broadcasts. She really has a labor of love for the sim racing community. So huge shout out to Miss Devious for the track map information and all the research she's done to get us this great information. So we are just waiting to see what's happening here. I'm having an issue even seeing servers currently, so yeah, that's a good question. I'm not sure why they didn't shut the servers down when they did the big update when they had everything shut down, but I'm sure there's a reason for it. There's no hate. There's no hate. No hate for PD. Just explain. It's just you got 45 racers ready to race here today, and have been ready to race for a couple of weeks now, and so you can understand the frustration on the racer side of things, right? But I also understand that it is what it is, and it sometimes things happen. So it's all good. Nobody's hating. Nobody's hating. We got Skeleton coming in with the sub on the YouTube channel. Appreciate you, my dude. Welcome to the family, my man. They've been working all morning. I mean, the 1010 sim racing team, we had a practice lobby up all morning long. So yeah, I don't know exactly what's happening here, but oh, sarcasm. Gotcha, brother. You never know. Kaz could be watching. We can't hate, man. Can't hate. It's unfortunate. I mean, it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Just a huge credit to everything and everybody that takes this on. I mean, it is a ton of work to get an organized competitive sim racing league event together on any platform, GT7, ACC, iRacing. Huge shout out to everybody that's just done all the work behind the scenes. We're still working on the behind the scenes issue right now. I'm trying again still to get it back into the lobby screens, and I'm not getting a whole lot of love here right now. So, yeah. I mean, what do you do, right, chat? Crazy bummer. It is a crazy... Dude, you are flying out there today, too, man. Online lobbies are not holding. Yeah. We've seen this issue a couple of times over the last couple of months. It seems to be like I said, a ghost in the system when they make these updates. It seems like we have this little issue for a few days afterwards, and then it just mysteriously either goes away or they just secretly patch it up. I'm not sure how it works, but yeah, it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Time to go to GT Sport. Yeah, let's go get it in while we can, right? I don't even have it on my PlayStation 5. Actually, I wouldn't even be able to broadcast. Yeah, no, everything seems to be struggling at the moment right now. But yeah, that's just absolutely crushing. The little boy inside of me right now is like, he's in the corner and he's got his head down and he's trying not to show dad that he's crying a little bit because he's so sad because he was so excited. That's how I feel right now. Just hey, I'm gutted that the game is giving us issues right now. Maybe they killed the wrong servers. Wouldn't that be something? Oh my, oh my. We got all these hyped racers up in the chat, ready to see some epic racing. Come on, PD, let's get her done. Get her fixed. Get her fixed. Alright, I'm gonna take my own advice that I gave to the racers here, chat. I'm actually gonna shut my game right down. It doesn't shut my stream off, so it's all good. We still get to hang out while we're doing this behind the scenes, and we're gonna fire it back up, and we're gonna see if we can get something to show up here. Facts, right? Facts, right? Oh man, it's crushing. It's crushing. All right. Well, let's bring up our beautiful little track loop here. So what happens, ladies and gentlemen, is we jump on track as a commentator because I like to have an idea of what our races are up against. So we'll jump on track, we'll jump in the car that's supposed to be on the track, and we'll run a few laps. And our sneaky production crew here at GT45 Gaming decided to put in some free work and give us some shots of this great racetrack here in Red Bull Ring. And well, I guess they were filming me while I was running some courtesy laps around the track just to see what the drivers were up against. So you may catch some images of a race car in the shots. But yeah, the camera crew is working hard, the production crew working hard, and they like to get as many great shots of the racetrack before all the epic action starts when it's in its pristine form, just for us to have an idea of kind of what this iconic racetrack looks like. And even though right now the game's not working and it's pretty tough to be positive about the whole thing, I guess, the game looks amazing. I mean, Gran Turismo 7 has really stepped up the graphic detail in the game. It's hard to see it on PlayStation 4. It looks amazing on your PlayStation 4 consoles, but I am tried testament to this when I switched over to the PlayStation 5 with my 4K TV and all that fancy doodads I have on my TV, the 120 frames, all that great stuff. Wow. I mean, I was very, very easily visually distracted for a solid week, just seeing things that you just didn't see. I didn't see on the PlayStation 4. So I talk about this a lot lately on the stream. The line between sim racing and real life racing is kind of starting to blur. The two communities, which are separate communities in a sense, are kind of becoming one big giant community. And when you have developers of these great simulation platform games continuing to step up the visual quality of their product, it just helps continue to blur that line between reality and virtual reality. So I do want to give some props. The game looks absolutely amazing, and the potential here is endless. It really, really is for the future of Gran Turismo, without a question of a doubt. It's just these little things here that drive us nuts, like lobbies. crashing unexpectedly for no reason. I knew something was wrong when during quali I couldn't hit times I was putting down 45 minutes earlier. It is what it is, man, We are on a very tight schedule. It's not that tight. I've freed up the back end of my schedule for you guys, so you don't have to stress about that so much. Honestly, Yanis, I mean, it is a 50-50. Now, in my experience in the past, okay, we've seen this issue, I think about 3 or 4 weeks ago. It was a very subtle issue. It lasted for about 45 minutes. It was on a Saturday. It was with a UK organization that I work with. And, after a half hour, everything settled in, right? But the first time it happened in early January or late December, we had this exact issue we're having today. It is the exact same issue. And I mean, the issue persisted for about 3 to 4 hours before I assume they went in and did an emergency fix. And then it was fine. So is there a chance that the lobbies are going to stabilize and at some point today be working? There's a chance, yes. But how long is that going to take is really kind of the tough call, right? So there is, yes, a chance that they could end up, functioning fine at some point today. But the bigger question is when, as opposed to not if. All right, 10-4. Well, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, we should be saying this 3 hours from now, but the call has come in from our league officials and our track officials here in Austria. We are going to reschedule our Red Bull Ring race here for next weekend. So round 1, unfortunately, we do deeply apologize to all our viewers and our racers that have taken the time to be here today to get on track. There won't be any racing here, unfortunately, today. So, wow, why did it do that? Oh, I know why I did that. Got it. All right. With 30 minutes behind schedule, there is a very set in place schedule that the league has set in place. Obviously, that's for the benefit of the whole process and, of course, the drivers involved, right? So at some point, the league has to make that call. So it has become official that we are going to postpone until next week. So again, we deeply apologize for any inconvenience this causes to the drivers and, of course, our viewers. But at the same time, with that being said, some of the drivers that are at that Daytona 24-hour race this weekend that we're going to miss round 1 now have the opportunity to get into round 1 racing with that postponement next week. So that just means we're going to see all of our drivers in the grids and on the field next weekend for the official start of our round. But I mean, much love to Pure Racing League. This is going to be an epic season, and I do not doubt it for even a split second. So that pencil this in there, everybody that's at home watching right now. PRL starts at 3 p.m. Eastern time here. The broadcast will be going up 15 minutes ahead of that. So at 2:45 p.m. Eastern time, we will be live here at the GT45 Gaming YouTube channel, and once PRL gets that YouTube channel up and bopping, we'll be live over there as well, and hopefully next week also on the Facebook channel here as well. So maybe we'll get a open lobby night going this week, and we'll do some Lexus racing to have some fun, do a little Pure Racing League hype, and just build some more hype, and then we'll get race number 1 off next weekend. So on behalf of Pure Racing League, again, we deeply apologize about the postponement due to server issues. We can't fairly operate the round of racing, and due to the fact that drivers are just going to be at a disadvantage, not due to their own fault. I think that it's a right call. and we'll be back for league racing next Sunday. So again, a little bit of tease, a little bit of hype, I guess, today here for everybody from Pure Racing League. But the qualifying run here today is only just a small taste of, I think, what we're going to see here this season. The drivers are still going to be feeling each other out in the first round of racing. There's going to be a little bit of curiousness and cautiousness for the first couple rounds, and then we are going to see potentially some of the best racing we have ever seen in Gran Turismo 7 here from Pure Racing League. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to thank, of course, race officials over there at Pure Racing League for working hard today. They're working hard today. They had a lot on their plate today. They did an amazing job, and we'll be back to bring 3 rounds of racing for everybody next Sunday. So on behalf of GT45 Gaming, your host for the evening, I do apologize, but I guess we're just going to have to wait till next week. Remember, you all matter. For those of us that are returning home from Daytona, from the weekend's events, be safe, have safe travels, and we all want the stories. We want to hear the stories when you guys get back. I'm sure it was a blast, and we appreciate and love each and every one of you here tuning in today. And I know, I'm sorry, everybody out there, I apologize, but hey, kick them tires, light them fires. Season 1, round 1 starts next Sunday. Appreciate y'all. Remember, you all matter. Stay winning. We'll catch you on the next one.